The leader of the Nationalist Movement Party, MHP, has pushed opposition parties seeking to get an opposition deputy elected as parliament speaker into a corner by announcing that the MHP deputies will cast blank votes in the final round of voting unless the MHP candidate appears in the final round. If our candidate does not appear in the final fourth round in the vote for parliament speaker, then we will cast 80 blank votes, MHP leader Devlet Bahçeli told reporters following his party's parliamentary group meeting on Wednesday. The MHP group meeting took place several hours before the third and possibly the fourth round of voting for speaker took place. In his speech at the party's group meeting, Bahçeli underlined that MHP deputies would support up to the end the party's candidate rather than offering support to another opposition candidate. The MHP will support its valuable candidate Nationalist in all the votes for speaker, Bahçeli said. The MHP leader's remarks may have dealt a lethal blow to the opposition's hopes of getting an opposition candidate elected for speaker, as it is a slim possibility that the deputies of the pro-Kurdish People's Democratic Party, HDP, vote for the MHP candidate. The MHP accuses the HDP of being closely affiliated with the outlawed Kurdistan Workers' Party, PKK, which is recognized as a terrorist organization by Turkey, the US and the EU. Unless all three opposition parties represented in parliament jointly offer support to a single opposition candidate, the candidate of the ruling Justice and Development Party, AK Party, will easily emerge victorious in the race, as the AK Party has a significant majority in the recently formed parliament. In the first two rounds of voting for parliament speaker on Tuesday, no party's candidate has managed to obtain enough votes to get elected a two-thirds majority in a 550-seat parliament. The MHP leader also indirectly called on the main opposition Republican People's Party, CHP, to support the MHP candidate, saying, "It is obvious that the CHP will go through a test of sincerity in the election for the parliament speaker." Bahçeli's remark is a clear reference to the cooperation the CHP and the MHP made in last year's presidential election against the ruling AK Party candidate Recep Tayyip Erdoğan. Nationalist, the MHP nominee for speaker, was the joint candidate of the MHP and CHP in the presidential race, but lost to Erdoğan. Bahçeli made his expectation clear, saying, "I believe, Mr. Nationalist will get elected as the 26th Speaker of the Grand National Assembly." HDP gives warm message to MHP. Shortly before the MHP leader's speech in his party's parliamentary group the same day, HDP CO chair Selahattin Demirtas said the HDP is ready to come together with the MHP for the sake of resolving Turkey's problems despite all the accusations directed at them by the Nationalist Party. "Despite all of the accusations, our stance is this: we are ready to sit down at the same table to speak with the MHP and resolve the country's problems and for the sake of our citizens' freedom," Demirtas said when asked during a press conference at the party headquarters about the MHP's negative stance on the HDP. MHP officials have declared on numerous occasions since the June 7 general election that the party would never be part of a coalition government in which the HDP would also be a partner. The MHP's attitude smashes all chances of the formation of a coalition composed of opposition parties, as such an option is only possible when all the three opposition parties join forces. Referring to the MHP's negative attitude towards the HDP, Demirtas also accused the MHP of serving the AK Party's purpose while implying that the MHP is in a veiled coalition with the AK Party. He said, "If you pay attention, the MHP have eliminated all coalition options without the AK Party. In the process, they are paving the way for the AK Party to elect the new parliament speaker. The possibility that the AK Party policies will dominate Turkey once again indirectly benefits the MHP." Demirtas added, however, because the MHP cannot openly say they are doing this for the AK Party, they try to do so by targeting the HDP, by using a hostile and alienating language against the HDP. Their love for the AK Party lies under everything they say. They, the MHP and the AK Party, get on well with each other. It is their decision. We are the people who will determine their politics or their failure to engage in politics. In the June 7 election, in which no single party managed to obtain 276 seats, which represents a parliamentary majority. The ruling AK party took 258 seats, while the main opposition CHP got 132 seats. The MHP and the HDP has each 80 seats in parliament. CHP candidate for Speaker Deniz Baykal was generally viewed as the more likely candidate who could win against the ruling party candidate Smit Yilmaz. The HDP deputies would, by most accounts, vote for the CHP candidate to prevent Yilmaz from being elected. In the third round of voting, candidates need an absolute majority to be elected, that is, the votes of at least 276 deputies. Should Parliament also fail to elect a speaker on the third vote, in the final fourth round a simple majority is enough for a candidate to get elected. If opposition parties cannot cooperate, AK party's Yilmaz is sure to emerge victorious as the AK party has the most deputies. MHP leader Bahçeli also said on Tuesday, if the HDP supports Deniz Baykal tomorrow, we will not vote for Baykal.